Hi everybody and welcome back to another I Do Makeup Ireland tutorial. Today our model is Laura and our first look is going to be a Bella Swan inspired bridal look from the last film, Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 or something like that. So it's going to be really natural and I absolutely adored her makeup and I thought she looked beautiful. So I'm just going to replicate that as best as I can. Okay, so I'm going to start off with two Illamasqua Skin Base foundations. And the colours are 01 and 02 and I'm going to mix them together. So I've mixed them together and I'm going to pop it on now with my SIGMA brush. The way I use this brush is that I literally press it into the skin first. It just secures it in place and then I buff it really quickly. It's kind of medium to full coverage and it's got a lovely satiny finish. But it does stay on for absolutely ages. And we have to make Laura super pale because she is marrying a vampire after all. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealing under the eyes, as I always do, to get rid of any red or purple, and I'm going to use N15 Moisturecover Concealer by MAC. So if you look up for me, Laura. And literally that just goes right underneath the lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to just secure that with our light Mineralized powder by MAC, just to keep it in place. So I'm going to apply that with my big fat MAC brush, the number of which I will write in the description box because I have forgotten. I'm literally just going to use this down the T panel. Okay, and next part is a tiny bit of contouring. So I'm going to use one of my favourite bronzers. It's from NARS and it's a cream bronzer. And the colour is Cap Vert, as in green in French, V-E-R-T. And I'm going to lightly just dusk it around Laura's bone structure just to keep it really soft because this makeup is totally natural. I'm going to turn you a little bit to the side. Apologies for my squeaky stool. It is quite old. I'm actually using the small fibre optic brush to buff this onto the surface of the skin. It's a number 188. And it's by MAC. Okay, that's enough bronzer. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make Laura's eyebrows a tiny bit more defined. Bella's eyebrows are really natural in this, so I'm not really going to make them any longer. I'm just going to make them a little bit more defined with Lingering Brow Pencil by MAC. And I'm going to follow the shape that Laura already has. And just fill in any gaps. Laura has fabulous eyebrows, not much work needed here at all. The one thing I will do is I'm going to put an eyebrow clear gel just through Laura's brows to keep them intact. Because she is blessed with nice full eyebrows. Okay, so I'm just going to use MAC's Clear Brow Gel for this. And I'm just running it through. We're which is a really good idea for brides that do have fuller eyebrows that are a little bit unpredictable. It just keeps them in place nicely for the day. Okay. So next stage is eyes. First product I'm going to use is Painpot by MAC, and the colour is quite natural. It's kind of like a soft brown. We're going to use that as our template just to shade the eye first of all. And I'm going to use Sigma's buffing white brush in E25, if you can see that. Very similar to a MAC 217. So if you just close your eyes and hold your head up. So we're going to use the same colour halfway underneath the lower lash line with our pencil brush from MAC. So we'll call it for me. She doesn't bring it any further, she just keeps it right to the corners. Okay. So I'm going to make that brown that we have on the lid a little bit more dewy, and I'm going to do that by putting on a cream colour base from MAC, and it's called Root. Okay, so if you just close your eyes for me. Because the visual I have of Bella, she has her eyes closed and you can really see a lovely shine coming off her lid. Okay, now next step, I'm going to use a dark blue eyeliner into our upper lash line just to create more definition, and I'm going to use another MAC product, and it's called Waveline. It's just a cream eyeliner, and I'm going to use my 233 MAC angle brush for that. So I'll just get you to close your eyes and touch your wee head up for me. And I'm gonna leave a nice thin line, nothing too dark or thick. It's all about the natural. So the thickest part of our eyeliner seems to be at the very outer corners. So I'm going to keep it there. Okay, so that's one done. Same on the other side. So I'm going to use Blu Noir, which was a limited edition colour from MAC, which they don't do anymore, unfortunately. And I'm going to literally pop that into the corners of the socket. You can close your eyes for me. Just to give a little bit of extra definition. And I'm going to blend it into the line, Waveline line that we've created on the upper lash line, just to soften it out. That's literally all I'm doing there, and the same on the other side, and I'm using my 224 brush from MAC to accomplish this. And I'm going to literally use a tiny bit of Blu Noir halfway underneath the lower lash line as well, so if you look up for me, just to give that extra bit of definition. I'm just using an angle brush for this. Fabulous. And finally I'm going to get a wee bit of the Root cream base colour from MAC and just smudge it into the lower lash line just to give a little bit of a damp, muddy brown finish underneath. So if you look up here. Just keep it nice and glossy, the way vampires like it. So I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting just underneath Laura's eyebrows with a matte highlighter, and it's called Mylar, one of my favourites from MAC. And I'm using a flat brush just to pop it right underneath the arch of the eyebrow, just to create a wee bit of extra space. And the same on the other side. And now I'm going to pop on some mascara. And I'm going to use MAC's False Lash Mascara. If you can see it. It's amazing. It makes the eyelashes really long. I might use false eyelashes as well. We're going to see how the eyelashes look just with this mascara on its own. So if you look down at your knee for me. Lovely. So we're not doing any blusher at all, so I'm going to move swiftly on to the lips. So it seems to me in the visual that I have for Bella is that she has a soft brown lip liner going on and a little bit of just a kind of paralysed, soft orangey, reddy, beigey lip gloss. So I'm going to use Stone as our lip liner from MAC, and I'm going to very, very softly go around Laura's lip line. Because Stone is kind of it can be a dark enough stony brown, so if you just hold the pencil lightly you'll get a nice soft finish with it. Fab. And I'm going to mix two glosses from MAC together. The first one is called Big Baby, and it's like a peachy paralysed beige. And the next one is called N2, and it's also from MAC. It's just going to give us a little bit of extra depth. And we're going to pop it on. Bella may have Edward, but she doesn't have these beautiful peckers. We're so cheesy. So I'm literally just blending the gloss in so you can't physically see the dark line anymore. Et voila! So that is our Bella Swan makeup tutorial. I'm going to do one last zoom in at Laura's beautiful face so we can have a look. So it's really soft, it's really natural, lovely browns and lovely navies on the eyes, which is beautiful with brown and with blue eyes, as you can see. Bit of bronzer from NARS and just lip liner and gloss on the lips, and that's it. And obviously I'll write down everything in the description box so you know what's what. And that's it, and we're going to move on to the next look, which will be inspired by Kabuki. And I would like to say as well, the reason why I'm looking a little bit puffy in the face area And if you can see, I have a little bump. No, but you can't. I'm 7 months pregnant, so I'd like to clarify that's why I'm looking a little bit fatter than usual. So anyway, see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now. Bye. Bye bye, Bella.